Hello and welcome to episode 20 of Let's Play Planet Coaster here on the Theme Park Worldwide YouTube channel. I can't believe that we're 20 episodes in with this fantastic series, and it's great to see that you're all enjoying it so far. Now, with it being episode 20, I've got a very special guest on with me. I've had a few different guests over the series so far, but this one has to be the most special. It is the one and only Charlotte!
It's me!
Yeah, how are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah, she's come along here to play a bit of Planet Coaster and sort of talk a little bit about what we've built so far. We're generally just going to talk a little bit about what we've got planned this year, what we've done so far this year, and just generally for the next 20 minutes have a bit of a natter about how we think things are going this year. So yeah, before we have a little chat with Charlotte, I'll just explain a little bit what you're going to see in this episode. So obviously in episode 19, the last one that went online just under 2 weeks ago, I built this Premier Rides double launch coaster. It was just fantastic. I really enjoyed seeing your guys' feedback on it. Since that, I haven't done any alterations yet to the track. There's a few little bits that I do want to change, but that won't really affect the theming too much. That's what this episode is all about. It is putting in that queue line and all of that theming. Now the theming isn't complete by the end of this episode, but I do quite a considerable amount. As you can see just here, I'm starting off straight away by putting in the queue line and the exit to the ride, and for the next 20 minutes it is all time-lapse footage. It's all sped up, keeps cutting in and out just so it doesn't go on for too long. I know that my theming does take a long time. A lot of people do tend to comment and ask how long does it take to do things. This here, you're looking at about 4 hours worth of theming work, and what you start to see here is a ride going in this sci-fi themed area with a bit of a destruction theme. So far with this park, it's all very happy, it's all very magical, and with this ride it's actually going to be a bit like the Swarm at Thorpe Park. We're talking like this spaceship what's crash landed, and you can see with the terrain just here as well, it's going to look fantastic when it is done. So I'll let you sort of enjoy that footage while I have a little chat with Charlotte. So we've done some great stuff so far this year, and we've done some really good trips.
Yeah.
But what have you enjoyed so far this year out of all the things that we've done? Have you got any in particular highlights?
I've really enjoyed when we went to PortAventura. Finally got my first visit to PortAventura, and we got to go to Ferrariland on the opening day.
We did, and that was really, really good, wasn't it? If you've not seen that vlog, make sure you check it out. We did a travel vlog, the first ever one on the channel, which went down quite well. I think people are really enjoying those, aren't they? The travel vlog, something a little bit different. And then we sort of went on to do our main vlog, didn't we, from Ferrariland opening day, and that was great. I mean, what did you think to Red Falls? For the people that might not have watched the vlog, what did you think? Bear in mind it's now Europe's tallest and fastest roller coaster.
I did really like it, but the problem was, after having like quite a few rides in a row, it was a bit too forceful, and it literally made me feel sick.
Especially on the back row, it was considerably...
the back row was so forceful. I think if you're going to go on it, you've got to have like one ride, but then definitely have a rest. Don't keep going round and round. But apart from that, it's such an amazing ride.
I mean, I wasn't really expecting many re-rides. With it being the opening day, we was prepared for a really busy day. Bear in mind, it's a brand new park that had just opened. We thought, wow, I know it was a Friday, but we thought it was going to be really busy, didn't we? And it just wasn't. Like, we got plenty of rides on Red Force and did all the other attractions inside the park as well. So it was really good. So getting back over to PortAventura Park itself, of course, the main park that opened back in 1995. What did you think to the rides in there? What were your highlights from PortAventura Park?
My highlight was Shambhala. I finally got to ride it, but some of the other rides I found them a bit too rough.
Yeah, like what?
Dragon Khan, I found that really, really rough. Like, Furious Backhoe was good, but after you go on it for a second time, it's a bit like you're in a shopping trolley. And you're being bashed around. It was okay in the morning for the first ride, but when you was to go on it again, it was definitely shopping trolley down a hill.
It all depends with Furious Backhoe where you sit, and I'm sure a lot of the viewers out there have been on Furious Backhoe. Comment below on this video, what do you think to the Intamin Wing Rider that opened at the park back in 2007? Wow, 10 years ago Furious Backhoe opened. And whilst we were there, we also got to see like the new door on the pre-show that went in as well. That's quite interesting how they put that in. We saw that on our last day whilst we were there. And let's just say, you know, I didn't really notice it up until that point, all like the wooden structure what we've been put in, and yeah, that was quite nice to see. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about what I'm doing just here then. So you've seen that I've done a bit of the terrain work all the way around the ride. What I tend to do when doing a ride like this is because, well, I've not really done this before, but what I decided to do was sort of dig down first, as you saw in the last episode, build the coaster, and then I've brought the land back up again, just so it's a very terrainy coaster, so to speak. It's not actually that high above the ground. Pretty much like everything in this park, really. Everything's quite low, apart from the RMC hybrid coaster that I did way back 19 episodes ago. God, it's crazy, that is. But yeah, what I'm doing here then is it's going to be a big spaceship, effectively. And what this spaceship is, it's crash landed in the middle of this sci-fi area. And we're going to put all sorts on there. So this back end, what I'm working on just now, as you can see just there, bam, I say, I'm sort of clipping in and out of this just to sort of speed it up a little bit. So the back end of it just here is actually what's sort of been hit. You got all the guns and things on the front just there, got a bit of fire going in. That actually later gets removed because I think it looks a bit unrealistic. But you can see just there, you've got like all the electricity, all the generators and things on the side, the little fans and stuff that have all blown up. I mean, I'm quite pleased with that. It seems quite weird doing a darker theme when I've done everything else really happy inside this park. But there you go, you've got all the different tubes the way across. Again, that took about an hour just to do all them tubes and pipe work. You got to have a lot of patience with this game. I mean, Charlotte's not really played Planet Coaster, have you?
I haven't got the patience for it.
Yeah, you got to have a lot of patience. Bear in mind, each individual little thing gets added in. We've got some effects going in there, a bit of smoke, a little bit of smoke machines going in. You can see just there, all adding to the effect. I mean, it's great how you can hide them in there as well. You don't have to sort of have them on display. These smoke machines, you can just sort of lower them into the tubes there, and it just makes it look so much more realistic. But yeah, you'll see it when I zoom out in a second. This is basically a massive spaceship what's crash landed in the middle of this area, and in a second I'm going to add lots more elements around, including buildings that have been smashed up, lots of random cargo boxes you can see just there, and some really good head choppers from all the way around. So of course you've got effectively two spaceships what have crashed here. You've got the one that's just crashed and the front's been damaged, which acts as the ride station and launch platform, and then you've got another one just here what it's been a battle with, which is all sort of a crash scene all the way around the ride. So there we go, enough of that for now. And of course we spoke about PortAventura. Was Shambhala your #1 coaster, would you say now?
Yeah, after a couple of rides on it, I definitely think it's my #1 coaster.
Took a bit of time.
Yeah, it took a bit of time, but obviously everyone's different. Having a few rides on it, because we had loads of rides on it while we was there.
We did,
getting
plenty of rides.
Loads of different seats. And yeah, it's definitely my #1.
Front or back row on Shambhala?
Oh, I'm going to have to say the back.
Back row for the airtime. Front row you get some amazing views,
yes,
and it's great to see all the track and everything, but the back row, the airtime, my best seat on there is definitely the back left for some reason, especially when you go around the ampersand, the big turnaround element. I just really enjoy it in that back seat. So yeah, enough about PortAventura then. What else we got coming up this year? Well, as soon as we come back from the Asia Mega Trip, as in me and Alex, we're out there right now whilst you're watching this episode of Let's Play Planet Coaster. This was recorded literally the night before we went out there on the trip. So yeah, we're out there enjoying it at the moment, and of course when we come back it's going to be vlog heaven on the channel. Over 10 different vlogs from the trip. It's going to be mental. We're not just going to be showing you footage from inside the parks, we're going to be showing you footage from the local area, the hotels that we're staying in, all that kind of stuff, the food that we're eating. That's going to be a fun one. I think I'm going to starve out there, to be honest. But yeah, it's going to be a really amazing trip, and I'm sitting here right now the day before going. I'm excited, but I'm also a little bit scared. I mean, it's a very different culture, it's a completely different continent that I've never been to before, so it's going to be amazing. I'm sure me and Alex will keep each other smiling on that trip and just have a good laugh with each other, and it's going to be great. Some of the best content we've ever shared here on the channel. So when we come back, me and Charlotte have got a trip planned. I mean, of course, we're not going to see each other for a while now, which is sad. But of course, we've got something planned when we come back. Do you want to tell the viewers where we're going to be heading the weekend when we return?
We're going to Yorkshire!
We are! It's not been announced yet. There you go, exclusive in this video. What parts we're going to be doing?
We're going back to Lightwater Valley. And we're going to Flingoland.
I mean, you visited both parks for the first time last year.
Yeah.
And you enjoyed them both, didn't you, really?
Yeah, it was such a fun trip.
It was. Yeah, we're staying quite locally as well, making a weekend out of it, and that's going to be a really good trip there. Quite a few people from Theme Park Worldwide are going to be going. Of course, me and Charlotte are going to be there, Alex, Lee, Caitlin, a few other familiar faces. It's going to be a really good trip, which I'm looking forward to. It's going to be great. Unfortunately, John can't join us this year. I mean, John's been on the Yorkshire trip on Theme Park Worldwide for the past, 3 years, I think he's done. But unfortunately, he's otherwise engaged on this weekend, unfortunately, this year. But yeah, it's going to be a good weekend. Can't wait to go and see it all. And it's going to be brilliant. Yeah, so we'll head out there, get back on the likes of Kumali, Velocity, Hero,
yeah.
Well, Charlotte and Caitlin, if you watched the vlog from last time, they wound me up over that and said that they actually enjoyed it as a coaster. Whereas personally, I find it awful.
We didn't wind you up.
Yeah, they were winding me up.
We liked it.
Yeah, just trying to annoy me. Go back to what I'm doing just here. You can see I've done a couple of buildings. Just making the windows go a bit skewiff there. Then I think, actually, would the windows be skewiffed if sort of something hit it? I thought maybe not. But I've left that one just there and then added some smoke in, just like it's knocked the window frame off. But I thought 2 might be a bit overkill for that. It's really weird doing this destruction style theme in a park what is so positive and happy, but I think it looks really good. I mean, it is very similar to the Swarm at Thorpe Park. Obviously a lot more elaborate theming, there's a lot more near misses and things going on, and of course it's a lot longer coaster than the Swarm, but I'm really pleased with it so far, and you'll see in just a couple of moments time I'll start to put in some landscaping. Now in terms of trees and things like that, I start to put in the natural sort of trees around the edge of the site, so sort of your green trees, all that kind of stuff, some reds in there, purples, but as we get into the sort of core of the site, right in the middle where this spaceship has hit, then inside there, that's where I start to put a few sort of dead trees and burnt trees. And again, this theming project isn't finished in this episode. It's something that I'll continue on in the next one when I come back from the Asia trip, which will be online in a couple of weeks. But yeah, you know, you zoom out and look at this park and you think, you know what, yeah, it does fit inside because we've got a lot of happy stuff going on. Let's have one area at least, or at least part of this area. I mean, bear in mind the whole Sci-Fi area isn't going to be all destruction themed like this. It is only this small part of it. But overall, I think it looks really good that we've got so far. So later this year, we've got a really big trip coming up. I mean, very similar to what me, Martin and Joe did last June. God, yeah, nearly a year ago. Well, it is a year ago by the time this goes online. I keep forgetting that it's future recorded. But yes, so with this one, we're going on a big trip, aren't we, over to Europe.
Yes.
And we've got something big planned. We're going to quite a few parks out there, including Toverland, which was one of my favourite parks that we did, Movie Park, Germany. We're going to Plopsaland, where we will actually get to ride Heidi the Ride this time, which is a GCI wooden roller coaster that last year, unfortunately, didn't open on time, so we'll get on that. Bear in mind, all these parks that we're going to visit are all brand new for Charlotte.
Yeah.
In terms of big parks, you're going to get to see, 2 of the best in Europe, in my opinion, Phantasialand and Efteling. So let's talk a bit about Phantasialand. Obviously, what do you know about the park? You know what rides are there and that sort of stuff?
Yeah, I know what most of the rides are, but I don't know much about the park.
And of course, last year they had their Intamin multi-launch coaster that opened. Multi-launch coaster reminds me of what we're building just here. But of course, Taron opened at the park last year inside the Klugheim themed area, which was also new. They had Rake, which is a little Vekoma Junior Boomerang. What a gorgeous area that is. It's got to be the best themed roller coaster I've ever seen, if not in the world. It is absolutely gorgeous. And what are your thoughts to that? Are you looking forward to riding it?
I can't wait to get on it. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
Just seeing so much track and it just looks so good.
Yeah,
Could it be a
is.
top coaster? You never know.
It could be. I mean, I find it so hard with my top 3. Obviously, my top 3 coasters: first place Shambhala, second place Helix. I mean, you've not done Helix either, have you? And then third place, you got Taron. But they're all incredible rides. And what I love so much about coasters, you'll probably notice in my top 3, it isn't really inversions for me. It is about airtime and other forces what you get. Bear in mind, Shambhala's got no inversions and neither has Taron. Yes, Helix has, but that's obviously a mega coaster and that's a brilliant ride out there, and the inversions on that are complemented by the location on the hillside. That's somewhere I'll have to get you out to at some point.
Yeah,
out to
definitely.
Leesburg. I mean, that's a lovely park, and me and Martin went there back in April for the opening day this year, and it was great to get back on Helix after nearly 2 years. What a gorgeous coaster. It really is up there on the hillside, and I recommend it to everyone. Watch our travel vlog. It tells you exactly how to get out there to Leesburg. It's located in the centre of Gothenburg, a beautiful city over in Sweden, and it's a beautiful place to visit. It really is, and one of the easiest theme park trips to do out there in Europe, especially if you live down south where you can get your flights nice and easy here in the UK from Stansted. Fly with Ryanair, straight out there to Gothenburg Landvetter, and you'd be there to the park nice and easy via bus. Back to this part then, you can see here what I'm talking about in terms of trees now. So I'm putting all natural trees around the side. The main reason for this is because, yes, it is going to be a destructive sort of area in the middle of the Sci-Fi, but the rest of the Sci-Fi area is actually going to be really nice. A bit like Tomorrowland at the Disney parks. I mean, let's be honest, there's a lot of references to Disney inside this Planet Coaster park that I've built, but I'm making sure that it still looks pretty. Yes, it's a destructive theme, but it's got to still look pretty, and I'm thinking about having a large dark coaster just behind it, similar to Space Mountain style, that's designed for families, and obviously families are going to walk down that main footpath just behind the trees. I don't want kids to see this whole area if they don't want to, if you know what I mean. So that's why I'm putting a bit of a forest behind it, so it sort of blocks this theme for anyone that doesn't want to see it, and if the families do want to bypass this sort of themed area, then they can do. So anyway, back to the trip. Yeah, Efteling, we're going there. We're going to get to ride Symbolica, which is the big new dark ride. I mean, have you seen much of that? What's been going on with Symbolica?
I've saw one picture. It's like a big chessboard.
Yeah, on the floor.
I've not seen much about it. I've kept it like a bit of a surprise, so that when I go, it can be like one big surprise. I've not read much into it. Yeah, and it's a big ride and it's a big park. I mean, you've done Ratatouille at Disneyland Paris. It's basically a Ratatouille, but I think this will be a lot better from what we've seen because of the theming. I mean, Ratatouille's got some brilliant theming, but it's more screens in there, isn't it, than actual physical theming. I like the big fridge though in Ratatouille. The big fridge with all the fish hanging off.
Big fish and sausages and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and all that hanging off.
Yeah, I do really enjoy that, and the fact you go through an oven and that's great, but I think this will be, it's a big like magical castle, and yeah, I just think it'd be great. The trains are lovely on it as well, like a gold sort of steampunky style to it. It looks brilliant. I'm really impressed with what Efteling have done, and the fact on their official YouTube channel that they've done a series all about it as well, showing you all this ride being built. They did the same with Baron Akanakanakinen, or Baron 1898 as some might call it, that opened a couple of years ago at the park. So it's great that they're doing all that. It really is. God, time really flies, doesn't it, when you're having fun? I mean, we get talking about this stuff. We've got some great stuff planned over this year. And Charlotte, it's been great to have you on for the episode. I know it's been a bit of a short one, but I'm sure we'll have you on at some point later on in the series. I thought for episode 20, let's get Charlotte on. Of course, my girlfriend and the admin of Theme Park Worldwide. When you message in the page or on Instagram, all the comments and stuff, it's Charlotte that's replying back to you on the messages just there. So yeah, thanks for just being you and doing everything you do on the channel. You do a fantastic job. A little bit in terms of this, I want you guys to comment names. Now you've got an idea for the sort of theme we've got going on here. Comment names below, and in the next episode that will be online in a couple of weeks' time, once I'm back from the Asia Mega Trip, we'll reveal the best name for this double launch premiere roller coaster. It is going to be great, and like I said, I hope you've enjoyed watching it so far. There's still a lot of theming to do on this. This is just the base. You might think, oh my god, it looks amazingly themed already. I mean, what do you think, Charlotte? You've seen it in this episode.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah, a big sort of space sort of theme going on, a big sort of crash site if you like, and I think it looks really good. Like I say, make sure you keep watching our videos here on the channel, and I can't believe we've got 20 episodes of this. If you've just started watching recently, go back and watch this park be developed. Every single bit of this park you can see me build here in the Planet Coaster series on Theme Park Worldwide. It really is incredible. And of course, coming up in just a couple of weeks' time as well, we'll have all these videos from the Asia trip. It really is a very exciting time for the Theme Park Worldwide YouTube channel. So thank you to each and every one of you for staying tuned here on the channel. And yeah, Charlotte, it's been great to have you on. Thank you very much for joining me for an episode of Let's Play Planet Coaster. And look at this park. It really does look gorgeous. You can see me really going for area trees and landscaping, but there's so much more to add in, and I'm sure we'll get some hashtag rock work in there at some point too. I know there's a lot of people that like the rock work out there. I'll make sure I add some in, and a little bit more landscaping and things. You can see this left hand side is more sort of normal, and then down the right hand side, that's where the crash site sort of is. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching episode 20 of Let's Play Planet Coaster. I'll see you again soon. I hope you enjoy our various on and off ride videos here on the channel over the next week or so, and I'll see you when I return from the Asia trip. Thanks for watching. Say bye, Charlotte.
Bye.
Goodbye, and thanks for watching. That means it's time to cue those credits. See you later, guys, from another episode of Let's Play Planet Coaster. See you all soon. Bye.